point him in the best possible job, in the job that he's very good at, not because he's successful at any department or any shape or form, not because he's good at what he does. And I don't think Lawrence Stroll, with that decision he made, he didn't make the decision based off because of Adrian Newey is good at what he does. He made the decision because of he's successful at any department, so that means he could be successful at anything.
Yeah,
No, it does not work like this.
yeah,
Adrian Newey is a fantastic, successful man, but he's not perfect, is he?
yeah, 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 for
So
sure.
I think that's the mistake there. And also, you hear the drivers talking about the car. Alonso was throwing gloves, frustrated. Lance Stroll, sorry, I should say, he was not happy. So clearly, Aston Martin have some big problems, and they have to try to fix it as soon as possible, which we doubt really.
Yeah, yeah. I really,
Uh, Go on.
I was gonna say the decision to go to Honda. I don't know where they came up with this decision. Like, why would you leave a successful engine manufacturer such as Mercedes to go to Honda? What's the point?
That was
Like,
a strange decision.
yeah,
Strange. But I think maybe because the reason they did that decision is maybe because they saw McLaren rising. I think the start of 2024 when that made the decision, they thought like, oh, maybe Mercedes engine they're gonna have conflict in focusing on other manufacturer than the other one. So let's go to a
Mercedes.
manufacturer that
No, 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 no.
is gonna solely fit on us.
Mercedes do not work like that. Mercedes just only provide the engine and all the engine components. Uh, everything else is done by the team itself. So
Mhm.
and they give every team or non-works team, they give the same engine to them. Like, what I mean by non-works team is the team that doesn't manufacture the engine. So they give them the same engine. There's no difference between the teams. So that putting that into account, it's even a weirder decision that they decided to go to Honda. I don't understand that Honda offer better pricing because the teams need to pay for the engine. They don't get them for free; they pay for them. So maybe that's the reason.
Mm. Yeah, more than agreed with you. Um, a couple of final questions before we end the podcast. Uh, Mercedes, I mean, they've looked very strong in the whole testing in Barcelona and in Bahrain. But they have had some issues though with Kimi Antonelli, and some people say that Mercedes are not as clear as people might say. Um, because teams like McLaren, Ferrari, they've looked quite strong to some extent. Like, do you think Mercedes, like, obviously Mercedes, we all know they've looked good, but do you think like it's a foregone conclusion? And I know you said it, but do you think it's a foregone conclusion that Mercedes is the number one team right now before Australia, or it's not guaranteed because the first race didn't even happen, and McLaren and Ferrari also look good.
Uh, Mercedes would 100% uh, sandbagging the entire test. I understand that, but I feel like other teams
Mm.
were sandbagging as well. I think the pecking order it's gonna be like this. As I already said, it's gonna be Mercedes are by far the best. I'm gonna say this. Mercedes are by far the best because they have the best engine, best engine by far the best engine, and best engine. Maybe their aero package is not the best, but they still have the best engine. Engines are gonna be very key, and I think also Ferrari are decent, but they're lacking in the engine. They have a good aero package, but they're lacking in the engine. Another thing, I think McLaren are thereabouts, like they're close to they're close to they're close to Ferrari. People are saying people are, I think, Ferrari is getting a little bit overestimated. Like people are saying, oh, Ferrari is 100% clearer than McLaren because they're not a works team. They're not a works team. And because McLaren are not a works team, they're gonna have a worse start to the season and stuff like that. But I think it doesn't matter. I think Mercedes are top, Ferrari are second, McLaren are third, Red Bull are close to McLaren, so fourth. I'd say Red Bull are fourth and McLaren are third. I think all the teams are going to be close. There's not a single favorite team. I think people are just this regulation set is going to be different. There's not going to be a team that's going to be dominant, especially considering it's
Mhm,
the start of the regulations as well. So yeah, that's my
mhm.
opinion.
A final question. Obviously, the Australia race. Oh, sorry. Two questions, I should say. Um, one question is that obviously the first race is going to happen next week for the Australian Grand Prix, which is between I believe the 6th and 8th of March, if I'm not mistaken. There, yeah, 6th till 8th of March. So do you think, the pecking order that we assume in Bahrain is going to be shown in Australia, or is difficult to say because the weather can, of course, play a part in Australia, and also, as we said earlier, that McLaren didn't have the Mercedes, sorry, the engine Mercedes thing, so they're going to have a performance boost when they go to Australia.
Uh, Look, I think it's gonna be the exact same pecking order. If it's dry, it's gonna be the exact same pecking order, but McLaren are gonna be much closer, if not even better than some teams, even better than Ferrari or Mercedes. But uh, but if it's wet, uh, we haven't seen these cars in the wet, and we can't really judge the cars that are in the wet and where the teams are. So yeah, I think we're gonna see the exact same pecking order. That's my opinion.
Okay. And final question. Not only that the first races in Australia is coming, also the Drive to Survive, the season 8 is going to come and be released in a couple of days, which I think is on Friday. And obviously, it's going to highlight some things behind the scenes.
I don't wa-
Obviously, the
if I'm
do you watch Drive to Survive,
no
or are you a big fan of it or not?
no.
Why?
I like to watch Formula for the purist. I'm a purist Formula One fan. I'm not the person that watches Formula One for the drama like most fangirls in F1 nowadays and most fans nowadays. I watch F1 because I like the cars and I like racing. I don't watch F1 for the drama. I really don't care. I've said this opinion a lot before, but I don't like how Formula One is going to become a drama series. It feels like a drama series nowadays. So
Mhm.
I don't watch Drive to Survive, and I got into F1 because when I first started watching F1, I watched F1 because of the cars, uh, rather than Drive to Survive. Yeah, I don't like. That's my opinion. I'm not gonna watch it. I don't like that they're behind the scenes. It's like every other show. It's all fabricated bullshit and to stir up drama, which the fangirls absolutely love for some reason. But yeah, that's it. That's my opinion. Not gonna watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand people's frustrations because I think Drive to Survive can be, to some extent, can be good, but obviously they do release some, let's say, fake team radios, for example. So yeah, but anyway, that's it, guys. Thank you, Muhammad, for the podcast that we did today. See you guys next time, and we will see you for the preview of the Australian Grand Prix. Thank
Okay,
you, and see you next time.
bye.
Goodbye.